Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's officially out. It's about time, ladies and gentlemen, where I can finally debunk that I am paid by Meet Kevin $2,000 a month because Meet Kevin has just now released the details of his ETF. And I'll give Meet Kevin one thing. I'll give him one thing. This guy is a marketing genius. I like poop jokes. I like fart jokes. I like pee-pee jokes. And Meet Kevin is playing into all of my favorite humor. So let's go ahead and check out Meet Kevin's ETF. Because I was dying of laughing when I was looking at this thing. It's almost like a joke, but I guess it's really not. Okay. So I was watching Meet Kevin's video. I watched it very briefly. I didn't really listen to it. I like to form my own opinion. And apparently, Meet Kevin is finally launching his ETF pretty soon. And the ticker symbol, let's zoom in a little bit. Well, I can't zoom in here, is PP. PP. Now, think of all the freaking memes that are going to come from this. And also think about this. Everybody is going to be talking about this ETF because it's called PP. His website, you probably can't see it up here. It's mketf.com, right? However, you have to type in longpp.com. Make sure you do it properly, okay? Make sure you don't do it on a live stream. That's why I'm not going to do it right now. But it's longpp.com, and that takes you to this website. It's hilarious, man. I thought it was so funny. Anyway, okay, so let's read about Meet Kevin's PP. I'm like a 5-year-old, but I don't know. I think it's funny. So the fund inception date is yesterday. The fund name is Meet Kevin's Purchase Power ETF. That's where the PP comes from. And the ticker symbol is PP. Now, the first thing I noticed, ladies and gentlemen, that I don't like about this ETF is the expense ratio. His expense ratio is 0.77%. That is actually a higher expense ratio than Cathie Wood's ETF by 2 basis points. Cathie Wood charges 0.75. Old Meat Breath Kevin is charging 0.77. That's pretty high, especially when you consider VT ETF is 10 times cheaper, and VTI ETF is even cheaper than that at like 0.03. So right off the bat, just from a boglehead approach, well, this violates every principle of the bogleheads, okay? But number one, the expense ratio is absolutely freaking insane. Not a huge fan of that, okay? Will I be purchasing this ETF? I might buy one share just for the memes. So let's read about it. The Meet Kevin Purchase Power ETF is an actively managed ETF. I don't like that. I'm a passive investor that seeks to achieve its investment objective by investing primarily in U.S.-listed equity securities, just U.S. stocks, bro, of innovative companies. Woo, boy. Now, if you've ever watched my channel, if you watched my channel for a long time, I don't like the words disruptive and innovation in my investments. Why? Because there's a lot of, I wouldn't call it scams, but a lot of clown stocks put those phrases, those terms inside their ETF, all right? The Meet Kevin PP ETF, I don't know why that was so funny to me, categorizes an innovative company as a company to be involved in the development of new products or services, technological advancements, blah, 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 blah. Further, the Meet Kevin PP ETF will invest in innovative companies that, in Kevin's view, you got to trust Kevin's judgment here, also have more pricing power than their peers. The Meet Kevin PP ETF generally analyzes pricing power based on price elasticity. I got to remember back to my college days on that, which is the ability to potentially increase prices for products and services without a corresponding drop in demand. I wonder what he's putting in this ETF. In addition, the Meet Kevin PP ETF may hold securities of other ETFs, which could be passively managed or actively managed, targeted ETFs, or seek to hedge against particular market risks anticipated by Kevin Pathrath. Okay, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I need a lot more detail about what that means. I remember reading the initial offering statement, of the Meet Kevin ETF, and I remember him talking about like potentially, don't quote me on here, potentially talking about buying like short ETFs, all sorts of ETFs. This gives him a lot of leeway to buy a bunch of basically clownish short-term gambling things inside of this ETF. And you got to remember, while Kevin has picked some decent stocks, because if you buy a bunch of stocks, I mean, a couple of them are going to go up. Jeremy did the same thing. He's also bought a lot of stocks that have been absolutely freaking annihilated, okay? And you got to remember Kevin's investment style. He says he's a long-term investor, but if you look at his actions, he's a trader. Remember the whole thing when I criticized him in like late January, early February, and then he came on and debated me? Yeah, it was about him selling all his stocks for the recession. And then you know what he did? He bought back in like a month later, and then the market crashed even more. So the whole point of that is he basically timed the top. I mean, he was pretty good at calling the fall, right? But he bought in way too early. That's why it's hard to actively trade, because you have to time in the top and the bottom perfectly. And if you don't do that, you really don't do anything and you pay a lot of taxes, okay? So he continues to talk about this, and I'm not going to read all of this, but we're going to look at some of the stocks that he wants to invest in. Now, there's a list right here. It's kind of out of order. So I actually exported it, and we're going to look at the largest holdings in this ETF, okay? So first of all, number one is Tesla. Tesla stock. 22% of this ETF is Tesla stock. Now, when you invest in Tesla, what you're basically saying is that the current valuation of Tesla is justified. And right now it's trading at what, a $500, $600 billion market cap? That's 3 times as large, I guess twice as large as the second largest auto manufacturer, Toyota. And on top of that, Tesla is a very immature company. Yes, they're profitable. Yes, they have amazing cash flows. Yes, they've had amazing growth. Their growth story is still intact because they've been growing their revenues at 50% basically year over year, every single year. But when that stops happening, what could potentially happen to Tesla stock? It could get absolutely wrecked, okay? 22% of this ETF is in Tesla. For me, I never put more than 5% of my portfolio in any one individual stock. The idea that I'm going to put 22% of my portfolio in anything besides VT, which actually owns thousands of stocks, so it's not really one thing, is absolutely ludicrous to me, okay? The second one, Apple stock, 14% of the portfolio. Apple, you can't hate Apple, okay? I think it's the largest company in the world by market cap. Like, I think publicly traded market cap. It's enormous. They're the kings. They have amazing products. I don't know if I would necessarily call them innovative, though. Okay. I mean, yeah, they keep coming out with, cool things, but it seems to me like Apple's just, all right, iPhone 14, iPhone 15, iPhone 16. Okay. The iPad, that's pretty good. The Apple computers, I hate those. The Apple Watch. They've made some cool products, but at the same time, this is like the largest company in the US stock market, and it's trading at pretty rich valuations. So to put this at 14% of your portfolio, like let's say you have VTI, right? Which already has a decent slice of Apple in it. And then you go ahead and buy the Meet Kevin PP ETF, the big PP ETF. You basically just bought even more Apple. You're even more concentrated in Apple than you normally were. Now, I think Apple is like, let's go look real quick. Let's go look at VTI and see what percentage of VTI is Apple. I think it's a pretty significant amount. Oh, portfolio composition. Okay. So Apple is only 6% of VTI. 6% of the US stock market's market capitalization is composed of Apple stock. So basically, Meet Kevin has more than doubled the weighting of Apple stock for one of the largest and probably one of the more expensive stocks in the market. So you get Tesla at massive overrepresentation, and you get Apple at massive overrepresentation. That is a very, very, very concentrated portfolio, okay? Next, he has this UTWO. Now, I did not look that up prior, but we are going to look. Okay. Next, 8% of his portfolio is in 2-year treasuries, it looks like, okay? That's basically almost like a cash equivalent ETF. The shorter the duration, the shorter the time period of the bond, the less sensitive it is to interest rates, okay? So that's basically like a cash position. He's got Taiwan Semiconductor, okay? I mean, you got China risks there, but I own Baba, so I can't talk trash. The Trade Desk, Invesco, Enphase, AMD, Lululemon, NVIDIA, Autodesk, and a couple things here. Occidental Petroleum. That seems kind of random. You know, you got all these like technology, futuristic, it's the future, bro. And then you have Occidental Petroleum. Solar Edge, never heard of it. Generac, no idea. Etsy, CrowdStrike, Cloudflare. Now, I've definitely looked at some of these stocks, and I can tell you a lot of these are like growth stocks. I know Enphase for certain. Let's go look at Enphase's price to books and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure this stock is insanely expensive. Now, this stock has had a massive run, right? Look at that. They've been absolutely crushing it. But it's another very expensive stock, and it's at like 5% of the portfolio. PE 147, price to sales 21, price to book 70, price to free cash flow 77. This is very richly valued. Okay. A company like this, if it runs into any issues, you could see one of those epic falls like you saw with Meta or with, PayPal. A lot of stocks like this can get absolutely annihilated after such a large run up. And this ETF is buying shares in that stock right now. Not saying it's a bad company, but it's freaking killed it. Okay. I don't like stocks like this. They terrify me because they've had such a massive price appreciation and they're so expensive by all these valuation metrics. Anything that goes wrong and they can get absolutely wrecked. Okay. It just seems like a lot of these stocks are, I wouldn't call them hype stocks except for Tesla, but they're very expensive stocks is what I'm trying to say. Okay. And if we have a prolonged period of high interest rates, usually the more growthy stocks, they get absolutely wrecked because their earnings are in the future. So overall, like I'm just not a big fan of this weighting right here. I mean, the idea that you have Tesla is 22% of your portfolio, even Kathy Wood doesn't have Tesla at 22% of her portfolio. And then you have Apple, the largest company in the US stock market that's killed it recently. That's very expensive based on valuation metrics at 14% of the portfolio is pretty freaking nuts to me. Okay. Let's see if we can read a little bit more about this big old PP ETF. Now, I actually saw a funny tweet, right? So he posted this, meet Kevin's PP. Don't short my long PP. Oh my God. I guess if you're a mature adult, this would not be funny, but in honor of my PP, I will be getting a banner like this covering the New York Stock Exchange. Now, I think me, Kevin, was saying there was an issue. Yeah, here it is. My PP ETF is already being censored. Some people are trying to go to the website longpp.com and they're getting not safe for work error messages. If you make a typo with that, maybe you put like 2 E's after the P's, you could probably find a very interesting site. So, inspired by Elon Musk's PP talk, at 9:01 this morning, I officially launched my own ETF. Is this thing even trading? PP ETF. I don't think it's trading yet. That's interesting. I need to do more research into that. But overall, you know me. I'm not a fan of this. You have a very highly concentrated portfolio. The number one stock in there is a freaking meme stock, Tesla. And it's got an insanely high expense ratio. And it's in the hands, it seems like, of Kevin, who is more of a trader than a long-term investor. So you're going to see lots of churn in here. You're going to see lots of issues. And it takes one mistake and you get absolutely wrecked. So I'm actually curious to see what happens to this. I'm sure a lot of you are going to be opening short positions, but that's your choice. I'm just going to sit. I might buy one share and just sit back for the memes and watch. Meet Kevin's ETF. Is it ticker symbol Meet or Kev? It's PP. It's this right. That is literally Meet Kevin's ETF. PP. I really don't want to. I guess see Meet Kevin's PP. I've seen it a couple times. It's not bad. Shit, my pee-pee and my poo-poo. I wonder if that's going to be the next ETF. Poo-poo. If only he did 69%. Why charge 69 when you can charge 77? You know, that's an insanely high expense ratio. So who's going to short PP? So if somebody comes out with a ETF, and this is like where the memes really get crazy, it'll literally be called short PP ETF. I mean, it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. It's actually really clever when it comes to marketing. Everybody's going to be talking about this, okay? This is going to get all the news. Even if this ETF gets absolutely wrecked. Think about this. Even if this ETF gets absolutely wrecked, and I don't know if Kevin is investing in this or not. If he is, I don't know how much he's putting into it. But even if it gets wrecked, he's going to make a ton of money off of the fees, number one, and he's going to get so much publicity for having an ETF called PPETF that he's going to make a fortune off of this. You get free marketing and you get those fees, that expense ratio. It's crazy. Strongman wants to short squeeze Kevin's PP. Can neither confirm nor deny. Hello. How did you get the entire list? I shot a video on this, but his website didn't work well and I couldn't scroll down. It's on the web. If you go back to it, longpp.com. Okay. Oh, just be careful when you type that in, okay? I swear I saw it somewhere. Hold on a second. Let's see. Yeah, you go all the way to the bottom. It says download the full list of holdings. I mean, I guess you can also go to mketf.com and you get it right here. So that's that. Let's see. Don't count Tesla as just, oh God, I'm not getting into a Tesla debate right now. All right. Let's see. Apple has pricing power. Sure, it does, but you know, it could also be very expensive. Apple is over 30% of Warren Buffett's portfolio. Yeah, and how long ago did he buy Apple? Let's see. Isn't the Trade Desk a clown stock? I don't know. There's so many clown stocks out there. Solar Edge is legit. It's a solar company. Yeah, a lot of these stocks in here they're very high PE ratio, you know, very high. They're very expensive based on valuation metrics. They're very growthy stocks. But I mean, at the end of the day, the portfolio is basically it's going to be carried by Tesla and Apple. I mean, if you believe in those stocks, okay, but you could also just buy those by yourself. And those are also in VTI as well. Honestly, the stock exchange is going to look like a laughing stock when he ring-a-ding-dings the bell. Honestly, he must have the financial qualifications for the exchange to give him the green light. Hey, man, you got the money. You can do whatever you want. This ETF is absolutely ridiculous when the inverse ETF. So nice to come home from a long day to watch my favorite YouTuber. Thanks, Chris. Also, 15% of my company's stock. Thoughts? 15% off my company's stock. Thoughts? I don't know, man. Do you believe in the company or not? You attacked Kevin. I did. You're not a sellout. I'm not a sellout. Buy his ETF, guys. Oh, go all in. Do it. Do you guys really think I was going to promote his ETF? Come on. Kevin is a joke. How do people watch that constant shilling? I mean, he talks very well. You keep this up, strong man. You're getting something special with your monthly check. Yeah, I'm not going to get a monthly check anymore. Let's see. You got to charge 2.5% expense ratio for you. I mean, why not, man? Just grift. Just absolutely grift. I'm telling you, he's going to make a fortune off this ETF. And the publicity by itself, PPETF, he's good. He's going to make so much money. He can't lose. Let's see. Plug my new video, boy. Okay. I'll plug Cole's video. Let's see. What is the video? How amazing Strongman is? How sexy he is? Investing with Cole. I was actually watching a little bit. Here we go. Okay, everybody. Here's Cole's video. Established titles. The biggest scam on YouTube. Did you guys know that you're not actually a lord when you pay like $50 for a piece of paper? What? Really? You know, honestly, I'm not surprised people are freaking out about this because people, after being on YouTube for almost 2 years and seeing the stupidity of a lot of people, I'm not surprised people actually thought they were a lord. I'm dead serious. People are that stupid. They really are. This is like, and when I was watching Cole's video, This is not the largest scam on YouTube. He's 100% right. This is not even close to the largest scam on YouTube. And everybody's freaking out about this. It's ridiculous. Whatever. Let's see. You can hire a firm to help create, market, and manage your fund. The startup costs include about $2.5 million to purchase the shares in the fund in order to launch it. Yeah, I can't afford that. Okay. Let's see. You should have done VT my PP. I believe in the company, but I don't know if I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. LOL. I mean, you know me, I'm not a fan of individual stocks, but I wouldn't let that get too big as part of your portfolio. But then again, if the stock goes to the moon, don't get mad at me. It's your decision. It's not even a good video. It's horrible. Why would anyone trust Kevin to manage after his horrid performance? This will tank hard. I mean, it's all based on the fundamental holdings of the company, the ETF. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin trades so much, in my opinion, you don't really know what's in there, if that makes sense. Right now you do. You know that Tesla's the largest holding in Apple, and then he's got 2-year treasury notes and then a couple other stocks in there. But if he's like really churning investments in there, I mean, yeah, he'll disclose that, but it's going to change all the time. Can you really keep track of that? I would say no. You have to be really attentive to what he's doing. So, I don't know. Short PP, long VT. That's true. I have a very long VT. Cole's channel is highly underrated. Well, he's got to start pumping out more content. Where's the Stockmas spirit? I hate Christmas. I hate Stockmas. Cole, you did a video on titles as well. I need to do an established titles video. I'll do another one. Why not? Okay. Yeah. He will go 100% affirm. Yeah, I don't know. I would be very careful with this ETF, ladies and gentlemen, okay? That's my humble opinion. Let's see. Ross Gerber started an ETF. Now this jackhole Kevin is trying to follow in daddy's footsteps. It's a lucrative business, man. You can't lose. Think about Kathy Wood has made bank, and she's just garbage. I think he marginally outperformed the S&P in 2021. Any info on his portfolio performance? I mean, we don't know what his performance was. We don't know. This is actually the first litmus test of his performance. But here's the thing. Even if this ETF outperforms in the next 1 year, 2 years, you have to beat the index consistently over your entire life for it to even be worth you actively trading, okay? So it doesn't matter if this index outperforms, or not, it's not even an index, this ETF outperforms, it doesn't matter because you have to beat it over your life. Let's see. PP, Wall Street's biggest. Old snotty boy is going to be, he's going to apply his amazing financial knowledge to this. I'll probably have clips from my video. Don't ever block Kid Freshie. His comments actually make this whole channel enjoyable. He's great. Well, funny enough, I didn't block him, but if he's commenting in here, I can't see him. I really didn't block him either. That's weird. If he passes the financial advisor exam, he will start saying he's a financial advisor. I mean, I think he already did. Check out Best of Us Investors. People keep telling me to look at them. Dude, you need to wipe the corner of your mouth. Something is dripping. I have 160% gain in phase and holding strong. 1,600% and you're holding? I'm not going to say what I would do, but yeah, I won't say anything. How do I short PP? Well, change your name to Chris Bell. Meet Kevin also paying the short-term capital gains, which are equivalent to your W-2 taxes. Trading is not a good idea, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so let's see. If I outperform a lifetime of SP 500 gains in 5 years, S&P can, you know what. All right, buddy. Keep outperforming. We'll see. All right, guys, that's it. Last comment. If the U.S., do you even have to pay unrealized gains on ETFs? No, you don't. You do not. That's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm not investing in this ETF. If you want to, I would keep it to a very small part of your portfolio. And if the short one comes out, you can play that. I'm not doing that personally, but whatever. All right. Talk to you later. Cheers.